is unreal. This is unreal, and I would never see my daughter again because of this monster.
To anyone driving by, it was just another house on a quiet street in Vallejo, California. But behind a secret wall, a truly horrific discovery was about to be made. This is the story of Renia Lewis, a 28-year-old woman who vanished without a trace, and the chilling trail that led police to a truth far more shocking than they could have imagined. What started as a family's frantic search for their daughter would peel back the layers of a gruesome crime, revealing a hidden chamber, a confessed killer, and a community left mourning a senseless act of violence. Before the news headlines, Renia Lewis was a daughter, a sister, and a friend just days from her 29th birthday. Loved ones described her as a vibrant and beloved person, known for her warm personality and tight family bond. She was a family-oriented entrepreneur with a future full of potential. A relative captured her spirit in a few powerful words. "What I want you guys to know is Renia was a queen. That's who she was." So, when she suddenly disappeared on the evening of Friday, September 26, 2025, a wave of panic washed over her close-knit circle. Her mother, Terry Lewis, last heard from her that Friday. As the hours stretched into a day, and then two, that silence became unbearable. The family's deep concern was quickly turning into fear, a fear that would spark a desperate search and a complex police investigation. By Sunday, September 28th, with still no word from Renia, her family officially reported her missing to the Vallejo Police Department. But they didn't just stand by and wait. In an agonizing effort to find her, the family used a tracking app that showed Renia's phone was near 14th Street in Vallejo. They canvassed the area themselves, and their frantic search led to a strange and unsettling discovery. Renia's cell phone was on the roof of a local school. The phone, her digital lifeline, was useless, offering no more clues. But it confirmed the family's fear that something was terribly wrong. The phone's location solidified the area of interest for police. Their investigation quickly led them to a home on that same block, the unit block of 14th Street, where they believed Renia may have been before she went missing. That Sunday, officers conducted a welfare check. They performed what they called a cursory search of all rooms, closets, and places a person could hide. But the search came up empty. There was no sign of Renia Lewis. As another day passed, the case grew dramatically more urgent. On Monday, recognizing the high-risk nature of her disappearance, the California Highway Patrol issued a statewide Ebony Alert for Renia. This alert system, designed specifically to help find missing Black women and children, brought much wider attention to the search. The Vallejo Police Department also requested assistance from the FBI, who provided expert resources and support. The clock was ticking, and the pressure to find Renia was immense. That first search had turned up nothing, but investigators had a gut feeling they were in the right place. The digital breadcrumbs from Renia's phone, along with other information they hadn't released to the public, kept pulling them back to the 14th Street residence. They knew a simple welfare check wasn't going to cut it. They needed to get back inside and conduct a search so thorough that no secret could stay hidden. Based on what police later called new investigative information, detectives secured a search warrant for the property on Tuesday, September 30th. This warrant gave them the legal authority to go far beyond a quick look around and truly take the place apart if they had to. They weren't just looking for a person anymore. They were looking for evidence of a crime. The focus of the investigation was a detached backyard unit, a shed that had been converted into a living space. Neighbors and police described the conditions inside as squalor, a hoarder-like environment that made the search incredibly difficult. Officers had to meticulously comb through the clutter, peeling back layer after layer. And then they found it. It wasn't obvious. It was a small, almost unnoticeable detail. A hidden, concealed entry that led into the attic. The discovery of that secret entrance was a horrifying turning point. It's a moment that shows the incredible persistence of law enforcement and why trusting a gut instinct is so important. These kinds of deep investigations into complex cases are what we focus on here. If you find this level of detail compelling, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more true crime analysis. Your support helps us keep telling these important stories. Behind that concealed entry, In the dark and cramped attic, investigators made the discovery everyone had feared. They found the remains of a woman, who was quickly identified as 28-year-old Renia Lewis. The search was over. The hope that had kept her family going for days was extinguished in a single brutal moment. The way she was hidden was particularly chilling. The space was described as being behind a secret wall that hid the attic entrance, a deliberate and calculated effort to conceal what was inside. The horror was compounded by the state of Renia's remains. According to what police told her grieving mother, Renia's body had been dismembered. The man living there had allegedly killed her, cut her body into pieces, and stuffed her remains behind the wall. Authorities alleged that a knife was used in the murder. The discovery sent a shockwave through the officers on scene and the community. Vallejo Police Chief Jason Talader called it a heartbreaking, senseless act of violence. Renia's mother, Terry Lewis, collapsed when an officer told her they had found her daughter. "I could not believe it," she said. "All that time we were looking for her. She was in that house." Her pain was raw as she spoke to the media about the man responsible. "He's a monster," she said. "He cut my baby up."
This is unreal. This is unreal. And I would never see my daughter again because of this monster.
With the discovery of Renia's body, the case pivoted from a missing person investigation to a homicide. The man who lived in the squalid backyard shed, 41-year-old Douglas Irwin Shaw, immediately became the prime suspect. Investigators learned that Shaw was an employee at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo. That same day, officers from the problem-oriented policing team moved in and arrested Shaw at his workplace without any trouble. The arrest was swift, bringing the manhunt to a quiet end. As police dug into Shaw's background, a disturbing picture started to form. There was no known prior relationship between him and Renia Lewis. Authorities believe they may have only recently met. Her family was adamant that they knew of no connection between Renia and Shaw or the 14th Street residents. This wasn't a crime of passion between partners, but something more random and terrifying. A darker side to Shaw came to light through court records. A former girlfriend, who had met him while they both worked at Six Flags, had filed a restraining order against him in 2023. She and her father described Shaw as a narcissist who always believed everyone else was wrong. This detail provided a chilling context to the violence he was now accused of. In police custody, Douglas Shaw didn't stay silent. According to the Vallejo Police Department, Shaw gave a statement to detectives admitting he was responsible for the homicide. Police stated he confessed to being responsible for this heinous crime. Prosecutors formally charged him with 1 count of murder. In court, he was denied bail and is being held at the Solano County Jail. The wheels of justice have started to turn, but for Renia's family, no punishment could ever undo their loss. Her mother, Terry Lewis, made her feelings clear, stating that Shaw deserved a life sentence. "He needs to sit there and suffer for my daughter because she didn't deserve this," she said. The case has left the Vallejo community reeling, with memorials and vigils held near the crime scene as residents try to process the horror that unfolded in their neighborhood. The case of Renia Lewis is a devastating story of a vibrant young woman, a queen to her family, stolen from the world by a senseless act. Her body was subjected to an unspeakable violation, hidden away in an attempt to bury a monstrous crime. But because of a family that refused to give up and police work that was methodical and relentless, a secret wall couldn't keep the truth hidden forever. A confession has been made, and a suspect is behind bars. But the question that haunts everyone is, why? With no clear motive and no known relationship, the randomness of the act is perhaps the most frightening part of it all. It's a tragic reminder of the evil that can lurk just beneath the surface of a quiet neighborhood. Renia Lewis's life was cut tragically short, but the memory of who she was, and the fight for justice in her name, won't be forgotten. What do you think is the most crucial element in solving a case like this? Family persistence, police technology, or old-fashioned detective work? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.